Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you don't know what's been going on lately, I bought a house. I've been decorating, renovating, and having a whole time. So, on top of buying a house, I am starting my lifelong ambition of breeding Yorkies. I built everything in this room and designed it. I am very proud of it. But this lifelong goal is something I've wanted to do for a long time, and I'm going to show you everything I got to be able to have a successful litter. So first, I have a baby monitor for the dogs. Yes, I do. For the dogs. As you can see, she lost some mucus plug this morning, so we are getting very close. Hopefully she just goes and lays down and relaxes. There she goes. I just gave her some water. I'll probably give her a snack here in a minute. She's got a blanket that she's been moving around. She hasn't really been using the bed, so I took it out. And this has just been super helpful. Like, I wanted to go run 8 miles, and while I was running 8 miles, I was able to keep track of her. So it's very exciting to be able to monitor her. Let's get into this big bad birthing box. Much like humans, she's gonna need support. Much like humans, sorry, I just mowed the grass, so I'm just a mess, but much like humans, she's going to need support. So I'm going to show you everything that I got to potentially mitigate a disaster. However, if something were to happen to her, we do have a vet in line that we can call at any time. So we don't predict any problems with this birth. This type of breed does not typically have any problems, but just in case we were to have issues, we have a big bag box of stuff, which is kind of overkill because the animals give birth all the time without problems. But just in case, let me show you what we got in our birthing box. First up, we have puppy pads. These are disposable ones. I have reusable ones as well. Obviously, there's going to be a mess with birth, and just, you know, maybe she doesn't make it outside because her bladder is full and she's pregnant, and so no stress. We have these nice little puppy pads that are lavender scented. Next, in our big box of fun, we have some gloves. Now, I always keep gloves at my house on hand. With kids and pets, you just never know what kind of nasty mess you're gonna have that you don't want to put your hands on. So a big box of gloves is going to be super helpful for this birth. I do plan to help her deliver puppies and remove them out of the sack, and then I will be cutting umbilical cords so that we reduce the chance of having an umbilical hernia. Next up, we have feeding tubes. I rehabbed animals for a long time. I don't foresee ever having to use this. It's just good to have on hand if you have a stubborn puppy who's fading. After you give them that liver water, if that doesn't work, I am able to tube feed them. Or if they're just too weak to suck, we can give them a tube. Once again, something I don't foresee needing, but we have it just in case. This is colostrum. Obviously, when every mammal is born, the best thing they receive right away is colostrum. It's an immune system booster, and it is good for dogs or cats. So I got this, picked it up just in case we have a puppy that doesn't want to take a first feed. I can give them colostrum straight in their belly via tube. This will be the most nutritious thing after liver water. We have calcium. Every mama dog is going to need calcium when they're delivering. You're just going to administer it after every puppy so we don't have a stalled labor or anything weird happen. We have Oxy Mama. This is a recovery supplement for a mom who is recovering from postpartum. I have not used this product throughout pregnancy as I heard mixed reviews on cleft palates in puppies. And obviously we don't want to have that, but postpartum, I think it will do just fine since the puppies are already developed. We shouldn't have any concerns. It is kind of more of an expensive supplement at $40, but I think it's worth it. We have formula. So after our colostrum, if we have a puppy that still won't take from mom, we've got goat's milk Espiolac. This is a puppy formula. The goat's milk is closer aligned with mother's milk and better than the just regular Espiolac. So here we go. We have a can of that. We actually have 2 cans of that, so that'll be exciting. If we have to use it, we have it on hand. It does come in a bigger pouch. I think I'm going to go ahead and buy some in bulk just because it's good to have about. If things really went wrong, started hemorrhaging, which we do not foresee, I can give her some subcutaneous fluids. I am trained to do so. It's very easy to do. I don't recommend doing it if you don't have the training, but it's not a big deal. When you have puppies that are born, if they look similar, it could be really hard to tell them apart and keep track of their weight, which is really important to make sure everyone's thriving. So we got some puppy collars. These are a bit big for how small our puppies will be, so these will be like as they get older, we'll transfer them to these. But they're very loose, very soft. As I said, I'll be cutting umbilical cords to reduce the risk of potentially having any umbilical hernias. So this is just the tools to do so. We're gonna clamp and cut, and that will be a fun time helping her deliver the puppies. They're gonna be so cute. Those clamps are gonna feel huge on them, but it's okay. We have a puppy that's not particularly too weak, but is just not doing well with mom or runt, or she's rejecting somebody. Then we have a whole feeding kit. Bottles, syringes, different size nipples. Obviously that one's way too big for the breed of dog that we're doing here, but this is a great kit to have on hand. As they're born, just like human beings, they're gonna have fluid in their lungs because they were submerged in amniotic fluid for 2 months. And so we have little tiny suction bulbs. I guess you can't really tell just like how teeny weeny these are, but I have pretty small hands and this is just adorable. I can't wait to like help them take their first breaths and rub them down and get them crying and squeaking. I think that's gonna be my favorite part. Here we have Miracle Nipples. They are one of the best feeding tools. These are a bit big, I believe. I mean, they're kind of, the tip are kind of in line with what Mama naturally has. So maybe not, but we have these other ones that are a bit thinner and different shaped, if that be the case. And it would save us in a pinch. So far, this is what we got going on. We're gonna have to reorganize all this. Collars, we already went over. This is yet again collars. These are way too big. These are actually a medium size. I don't even know why I would do that, but maybe we can make them adapt or just hold on to them for a different reason. Also collars. These are little puppy collars. These are larges. Why was I not paying attention to the sizes? Those are definitely not gonna do, but these are Velcro. We can cut them down. No big deal. A bigger suction bulb. You just never know. It's very powerful, as you can hear. Gloves. Another little suction bulb that just fell out of our big suction package. Extra gloves that came with the kit. And then these are a mix of how to use the tools in the Whelping kit, as well as birth certificates and ways to keep track of puppy weights. It's just an informational package that will really help, and they have puppy contracts in here too. Now I'm going to design my own puppy contracts, so I'm not worried about using theirs, but it's a good like guideline. So that was everything in our basket. And over here, we've got this for after Mama gives birth. It's a pet temp safe heating pad. So it's just a cutie little heating pad. We'll be able to put it in there with her, keep her and babies warm. We do keep our house at a frosty 68 degrees year round. So this is always essential. It has a very slick feel to it to keep it waterproof. And I'm very excited to use that as well. And last but not least, to weigh all of our little muffins, we have a baby scale. Can't wait to put them on the scale, monitor their weights, and be able to chart their overall adult weights and what they potentially will be. So I decided to use the scale and kind of just keep track of their wellness and keep track of Mama's too, and see how much weight she loses after she gives birth. She lost mucus plug this morning when we went out. Excuse me, I just mowed the grass and I'm like allergic to grass. She lost mucus plug this morning, and yeah, I don't know, like we should be having puppies like any minute now. We should be going into active labor. So fingers crossed we go into active labor and I can give you guys a puppy birth vlog. I